Assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for the next bout of the evening. The judges are Chuck Minker of Nevada, James Rondeau of Washington, and Dr. James Jim Ginn of California. The timekeeper is Charlie Roth, counting at the knockdowns Jane Broadfoot. The attending physicians at ringside, Doctors Donald Romeo and Flip Pomansky, and the referee is Richard Steele. This is the main event of the evening, the rematch. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing, in the blue corner, the challenger, fighting out of Kings Bay, Florida, weighing in at 139 pounds. His professional record, 78 wins, 5 defeats with 63 KOs. He is seeking an unprecedented 4th championship in his boxing career. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, Alexis Arguello. And in the red corner, introducing the champion, fighting out of Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 140 pounds. He has a record of 33 wins, no defeats, with 31 KOs. Here is the WBA undefeated Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Aaron the Hawk Pryor.
Okay, I have gave both fighters instructions in their dressing room. All I have to say to you, obey my commands at all times. Shake hands and good luck to both of you.
Well, you can clearly tell where the crowd's affections lie. They cheered for Arguello and they booed Pryor, and Pryor to the very last second with his clowning and his antics and his psyching out, his attempt to psych out Alexis Arguello. Aaron Pryor on the left, Alexis Arguello on the right. We've been waiting since November the 12th for the rematch, and here it is, round one, and Arguello.
And Arguello
takes a hard one.
Terrific right hand, and that's going to discourage Aaron Pryor.
Aaron Pryor comes in like you would expect. Starting out fast, looking to score. Arguello coming back to the roar of the crowd.
This will not go the distance if it keeps up this way, Steve. They're both going out with the knockout.
The first one went 14 rounds. It's beginning just like that one. Back in the Orange Bowl. It's almost like deja vu. Only about 3,000 miles to the west. Oh, Arguello's down! Arguello's down in the first round!
Tremendous punch by Aaron Pryor. Right hand hit him right on the butt.
But Arguello got up quickly.
You all right? Hold your hands up, let me see.
Richard Steele counted to 7. He separates the 2, and Pryor wants more. He wants to finish Arguello in the first round.
Well, the referee gave Arguello enough opportunity and looked at him and asked him if he was all right. Pryor wants to finish it off now.
They continue to exchange in the center of the ring.
At the rate Pryor is going, he could tire, but his reputation is to always go this way.
Well, we had a knockdown in the earlier fight in the first round with Lockridge and Bose Andrews, but Lockridge, who was knocked down, came back to win. Let's see what happens here.
No, Arguello's getting tremendous shots to the head, and he looks hurt. And another.
Hold him like this. Hold him.
Ready, redness forming around the left eye of Alexis Arguello. Aaron Pryor oozing with confidence. There's a right by Arguello, but a glancing blow to the head of Pryor.
And it didn't phase Pryor at all.
There's a harder right by Arguello. Another right by Arguello. A left uppercut by Arguello. And back comes Pryor with a combination. Oh, a thumping right by Pryor.
Arguello would be better off now, getting a little rest, going off to the rear, because Pryor is too dangerous on the inside.
A blistering first round, about 40 seconds remaining.
I have never seen a first round like this. Something's got to happen, whether it be this round or the next.
A wild left by Aaron Pryor, hit nothing but air, but a right connected to the head of Arguello. 30 seconds and counting in this first round, which seems like ages.
I still say that Arguello should recede to the back a little bit and take a little rest because he's taking some off the shots.
Right hand. There we go.
Left uppercut by Arguello landed. And a right did not.
Arguello wants to end this quickly also, you can tell.
We're heading for the bell.
Go right. Come back clean.
Round 2. It's scheduled for 15. The WBA Junior Welterweight Championship.
It will never go 15, Steve, at the rate that first round started.
And they pick up where they left off in that first round. Constant movement on the part of both fighters. Both training extremely hard for the big rematch.
Pryor's getting wild now, shooting those right hands across, but he knows they land.
A right landed by Aaron Pryor. And he pulls Arguello away.
I don't see how Arguello can really withstand that head punishment because they're tremendous punches. Arguello's lost a little bit of force.
That right hand snapped Arguello's head back. Now they're right up above us. And Arguello comes back.
Well, Pryor is tiring. We know that he doesn't tire, but he could tire because he's shooting everything.
There's a lunging right hand by Alexis Arguello that landed.
Pryor was hurt with that right hand, but he's stepping back, he's slowing down.
And a sweeping right by Pryor, but deflected by Alexis.
Pryor will miss, and he'll come right back and score.
So Alexis Arguello looking to rebound from that opening second knockdown.
Alexis is giving his all, his very, very best in this fight. He wants this to be his last fight, and he wants that title so badly.
Yes, indeed. He said, win, lose, or draw, this is my last fight. He said, I'll put the last drop of my blood into this fight. He said it'll be a better fight than the last one. It'll be a fight to the finish. Those are the words of Alexis Arguello.
That was another tremendous right that Arguello received. He wasn't affected by it, but it'll take its toll.
He seemed to shake it off. A vicious right by Pryor.
Pryor looks almost desperate in his quest to knock him out.
Right uppercut to the belly by Arguello. Oh, a hard right by Arguello to Pryor's head. And the crowd appreciates it.
Arguello is scoring now. He's most effective now. He's pushing the fight. First time I've seen Pryor back up.
And then he slithers right back in. Down the middle.
It's difficult to realize how that...
Oh! He stumbled! He stumbled! Pryor shakes his head. He says, I'm all right.
Yeah, but that's a ploy. Lots of times guys are hurt, and they will do that.
The bell will sound. It's even to this point, in our opinion. A lunging right, a reckless right by Aaron Pryor. He seemed to slip a little bit. Arguello now the confident one.
Pryor is getting reckless at this point. He'd be better off settling down to gather up some strength.
Arguello lands. Crisp combination. Richard Steele says, get those punches up to Arguello. There's a thumping right by Pryor landed to the head of Alexis. Arguello counters with a left uppercut.
Arguello has taken an awful lot. He is throwing a lot of power punches, but he's sacrificing an awful lot of punches he's receiving.
And right now, just picking those punches off is Arguello. And Pryor just walked into a shot.
Well, Arguello is also picking off Pryor's jab.
Left jab by Aaron Pryor. Series of lefts followed by the right, but going nowhere.
Arguello is the aggressor. He's pushing the fight. He's backing up Pryor. Pryor has backed up considerably since the first round.
Pryor is so elusive. He bobs and weaves, ducks in, and then fires that right to the head of Arguello.
All right, now Richard Steele warned Arguello for throwing a low punch.
A miss by Arguello with the right hand.
Let him up, let him up.
That Pryor is constant action. He never gives up. He's like a bee on honey.
Overhand right by Pryor. That slithered off Arguello's head, and Arguello countered with a solid shot. Left jab by Pryor, connecting. About a minute remaining.
Great right uppercut by Arguello. Arguello is pushing the fight. I must repeat that. That means enough out the eyes of the judges.
Arguello is back and Pryor into the rope. Right uppercut left. Left uppercut by Arguello.
You can see the crowd is for Arguello. They're all rooting for him. As you said earlier, they don't like the antics of Pryor.
And Arguello looks to air it out. Left uppercut, right uppercut, and the overhand right. And the crowd urging Arguello on. A right cross by Arguello landed. Another right. He's got Pryor on the rope, and Pryor tired, leans on him.
Pryor's looking at his corner laughing, but he's hurt. He's being embarrassed by that attack.
He's taking a lot of punishment. Here are the final seconds of round 3.
In my opinion, Arguello is going to and cautioned him on something. Too much Vaseline, I think.
Oh, no question about it. He was lathered up. And he came out quickly, getting ready for round 4, scheduled for 15, the championship.
And that was discussed quite vehemently at the rules meeting. That Vaseline, there's an overuse of Vaseline, is not in the rules.
It's been non-stop action from the opening bell. Beautiful flurry here by Aaron Pryor, and Arguello's down for the second time of the fight.
That was a left hook uppercut that did that. He got up on 3. He's up to 7 now.
You okay?
Furious attack by Aaron Pryor, raising his hand.
The referee.
Arguello says he's all right.
Yeah, the referee is giving him an opportunity and not an opportunity to rest.
Now Arguello charge again, looking to finish. Pryor looking to finish Arguello off. Arguello looking to hang on.
Now, Arguello is holding on. That's a bad sign. It would be wise of him to hold at this point.
Don't push, don't push.
Hold him.
I can't understand why Arguello will not clinch at this time.
Step back, Jay. Step back, right.
Relentless pursuit by Aaron Pryor.
Aaron Pryor is smiling.
Big right by Arguello. He almost went down for the 3rd time.
Oh, he's catching Arguello badly now. It doesn't look good for Alexis.
Not at all. As Pryor continues to pummel Arguello.
Where does he get that energy?
I don't know how he stays up. Unbelievable here in round 4. Oh, a right hand by Arguello got in.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that power anymore, Steve.
It didn't stun Pryor at all. You're right.
Great. Come on, let him go, let him go.
Alexis is taking an enormous amount of punishment at this point in time.
Arguello is hanging by a thread.
Watch your head, watch your
We'll
head.
have to repeat. I don't know why he's not clinching. He should be clinching now and getting out of that
Punch
corner.
it out, punch it out. Punch it out, watch your head,
He's lost his power, and he's having problems punching his way out.
Go for it, go for
What
it.
a tremendous fight, Steve. Power packed all the way.
Less than 30 seconds remaining in the 4th round. Arguello just looking to hold on here to survive the round.
Pryor will not step back. He's just on top of his man all the time.
He's got that thirst for destruction. He just never stops.
Watch your
He
head,
is a
Pryor, watch
living
your head.
windmill. That's what he is.
Round 4 is ending. Arguello, totally dazed, went to the wrong corner initially. Arguello trying to pump himself up. Round 5 scheduled for 15. Pryor in the white, Arguello in the blue. And Aaron Pryor dictating the tempo. Timeout called by Richard Steele. Too much Vaseline on Pryor's face. called that one earlier. Let's see if Arguello has any power left in those punches now. They took a lot out of him the last couple of rounds.
It certainly did. He came out very bouncy on his feet, like honestly, almost on his heels. He's taking a tremendous amount of punishment. It's tough to see a man like this come back to do this.
Pryor stalking, overhand right, reaching the head of Arguello. Now, the series of left jab.
No, step back, great. Step back.
There's that constant motion of Pryor. He just won't let up.
A left uppercut that swept in under the chin of Arguello.
Pryor looks very calm now. He's back. He's got his full senses back. He doesn't seem to be tired at all with all the energy he's expended.
Right cross by Arguello, but didn't have that much impact.
I still don't understand why Arguello will not back up or hold a little more. He'd be wise to do that. His corner ought to tell him to do that. In all the fights I've refereed with Arguello, championship fights, he never does hold, really. He just fights all the way through, even if he has to be knocked out or knocked down.
And don't be deceived by some of those Arguello punches because the crowd reacts heavily in his favor, but many of those punches are just being brushed aside by Pryor.
Pryor seems to be a little more deliberate now. He seems like he's building up his power with his right hand. He's going to throw it any minute.
Well, he realizes he's in the driver's seat now.
You're right. Arguello has lost his zip. He's on the defense now. He's just blocking, it seems. Although that was a tremendous left hook.
Arguello looking to recycle himself here and get revived and charged up again.
Very good words, that's right. It seems that way. It looked that way when he threw that great left hook and a right cross. He's telling him to calm down, and he's telling him the fight's getting away from him. He thinks that Arguello is coming back.
All right, round 6 scheduled for 15. Interestingly enough, before he started training him, Stewart picked Arguello. And then he started working with Pryor. He realized how strong Pryor is and how committed he is and how hungry he is.
Emanuel Stewart, of course, since he's taken over, is kind of embarrassed to see that Aaron Pryor is getting hit so much, and he shouldn't be, really. Because Aaron is doing very well. He has a very comfortable lead in this fight. He has to have with 2 knockdowns, my God.
And you have to wonder how much endurance and stamina and power that first fight took from Alexis Arguello. You have to wonder if he has flashbacks. Anybody who took the punishment that he sustained, particularly in that 14th round last November, never forgets that feeling.
Well, I'm glad you said the 14th round because he did a tremendous job in that fight. Of course, a lot of people had him ahead in the 14th round. A lot had Aaron Pryor. But the 14th round, you are so right. He did take a tremendous amount of head punishment, as he is right now.
Arthur, the pace has slowed down a little bit here in round number 6 after a war over the first 5 rounds, and it might be turning into a bit of a tactical battle right now, but you never know. It could open up at any second.
Well, Emanuel Stewart did say to him, now you got your second win. He says, now go out and do it. And he does seem to have his second win. He's calmed down considerably. There are no cuts. You would think that Arguello would have a cut with all that punishment around the head, but nothing.
Earlier in Arguello's career, he was capable of slipping and countering. Now he hits. He gets hit and he counters.
Yes, and his reflexes, of course, were much faster. But what do you expect? You know, the age creeps up on him. He's 31 years old. He's been in there 15 years. It's bound to take its toll in slowing him down.
Well, although his reflexes have slowed down by age, coming into the fight, he still possessed plenty of power, but his power being neutralized by Aaron Pryor by all the punishment.
Go hold him.
Now Aaron Pryor is getting dirty. He just gave him a little flick punch with the... There's another one, and he's holding around the head, and that's not right. It's not fair because Alexis is too clean of a fighter. I always refer to Alexis as a matador.
He is an artist when he is at his best in that ring.
Don't hold him. Work your way out. Punch your way out.
Arguello coming alive a little bit here. But Pryor just turned him around.
Alive, but it doesn't seem effective. That left hook uppercut that he normally has is very powerful, but it's just tapping now. See it? Just tapping.
Round 6 concluding.
It could be because he's losing now with 2 knockdowns.
All right, round 7 scheduled for 15. The crowd rises as Arguello comes through.
There's no doubt that the crowd is in favor of Arguello. Whenever he throws a punch, whether it's a slight tap or a real hard punch, they're all cheering for him because he's the sentimental favorite here. They didn't like the way Aaron Pryor came into the ring with entourage and all the screaming, yelling, and staring. He lost a lot of fans coming into the ring.
There's a left by Arguello. So things have slowed down considerably since the first 5 rounds.
Wouldn't you tire, Steve, at that pace?
You got a good point. Pryor now measuring Arguello out with that probing left jab. Then he comes in with a right, but it was deflected by Arguello.
I think that the slowdown on the part of Arguello is because of all the punches he's been taking. It's taken its toll, but with Pryor, he's deliberately holding back and he's building up his power and throwing that right cross. He knows it's effective.
Midway point, round number 7.
The fight has really calmed down considerably. They're both tired.
Those fist punches are landing to the head of Arguello. Then Arguello comes back with a snappy right. But again, Pryor doesn't seem to be phased. And Pryor complaining to Richard Steele.
Well, he's complaining to Richard Steele because he was hit below the belt by Arguello, but Richard Steele did warn Arguello. I thought Pryor was going to hit the referee. Another low shot.
And if you recall, he was guilty of the low blows Arguello was in the first fight. There's a hard right by Pryor to the head of Arguello.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, Steve. He's mustering up with that right hand, but while he's waiting to muster up, he's getting clocked with Arguello's right. Beautiful right hand by Arguello.
The crowd comes alive as Arguello does.
That backed him off a little bit, didn't it?
That stunned Pryor. Now Pryor comes back, but Arguello able to pick him up.
It doesn't seem to affect Pryor.
He's got that granite chin. You wonder how he took all that punishment early on in the first fight. 7 and 8.
Put him asleep. Put him asleep.
It is the kind of fight everybody expected and wanted. Round 8, scheduled for 15.
Pryor's corner just gave him an admonition. They said, put him to sleep. This looks like it's going to be the key round.
Furious exchange as the round began. Oh, Arguello landed with a left to the head of Pryor.
Beautiful. Arguello's come to life. But nothing seems to affect Pryor.
A low blow by Arguello. But Steele didn't see it, apparently. The crowd continues to exhort Alexis Arguello.
Great. Watch your head.
I tell you, Pryor really has a right to be a little annoyed because he has been hit several times low, and the referee has failed to admonish him on that. He seems to be, the referee seems to be perhaps at the wrong. We see it here, but at his angle, we couldn't see it.
was some headbutting going on, too, in that last sequence.
Punch away out. Protect yourself outside.
Right uppercut by Arguello to the midsection of Pryor.
Tremendous comeback in this round by Arguello.
He's got Pryor against the rope.
And Pryor is laughing and holding. That's bad.
Watch the low blows, says Richard Steele.
It was Pryor who was holding behind the head. He's penalizing Arguello.
Penalizing for the foul, and the crowd booing.
And actually it was Pryor who was doing the holding around the head.
Some debris thrown into the ring now by members of the crowd.
This is one of Arguello's, so far, best rounds.
No question.
It's difficult to keep up that pace, but if he could, he should keep it up. Pryor is slowed down. And he's being tagged with the left. He's being tagged with everything now.
Those left jabs are penetrating by Arguello. Combination by Pryor, but slipping off Arguello's head.
Don't push.
No pushing, says Richard Steele. Pryor still looking very confident.
Nothing seems to phase him, Steve. He's taken some punishment in this round, and nothing happens to him.
There was a heavy right by Pryor to the head of Arguello. It snapped his head.
There's an awful lot of dirt going on, but really, it's not intentional. It's the heat of the fight, and not the heat of the weather. I'm talking about the intensity of this fight.
The heat combined with the lights makes it unbelievably hot. Round number 9 scheduled for 15 as Arguello comes out to meet Pryor. What, in your opinion, does Arguello have to do to overpower Pryor and take this fight?
Well, I tell you, the only way he can do it is by knocking him out, because Pryor has the advantage of 2 knockdowns. And that's about the only way he can do it. We did say earlier on top of the show, we thought it would end in the middle rounds, or possibly could. And it could possibly go the distance.
The continual cautioning of don't push to Aaron Pryor.
Pryor is on the attack, but he's getting hit also while he's attacking.
Don't push him. Watch your head. Step back swing. Break.
Aaron Pryor moving in on Alexis Arguello, but Arguello able to slip those punches.
Now, Pryor threw another illegal punch. It was a right flicking punch that he should have been admonished on that also.
Right uppercut by Arguello, but Pryor has that hard belly. Arguello opening up, but Pryor is in too close, and Arguello can't get those punches off.
So far, what we said it was going to be a tremendous rematch. We compared it with the rematches of yesteryear, and it's holding true.
It is living up to its billing, no question about it. Combination by Aaron Pryor, but Arguello sustaining it. Toe-to-toe, this war continues.
I would really like to see Arguello back off just a little bit, do a little dancing on the outside, muster up some strength and come back in, really. He just keeps coming in. He's very effective, but he's also getting hit.
Well, before the fight, he said that lateral movement would be critical on his part, but he is staying right with Aaron Pryor.
They said early in the day that Pryor was not in top shape, but he has to be in the best shape of his life to go at this pace. Arguello hit him again below the belt.
Well, we mentioned that Arguello has been knocked down 2 times. Pryor has registered 25 consecutive knockouts. Keep in mind, a knockout percentage of .939, highest in his weight division. That's highest in the history of the 140-pound division as round 9 is closing down.
Just look at Pryor, the way he just keeps coming in, just keeps throwing punches steadily. Never tires. Not too much finesse, however.
So we have reached round 10, scheduled for 15, the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship. It has been a dandy.
Arguello's right eye, the bottom of his right eye is swollen, and it looks like it's very, very irritating. His skin is very, very red. He's been vulnerable to that Pryor right cross all evening. There it is again.
Combination by Pryor. Pryor hobbles Arguello.
Arguello's eye is swollen now. He's taking a tremendous repeat head punishment.
Another right cross dished out by Aaron Pryor. And these are taking their toll against Arguello.
Pryor never seems to go to the body. He's always going to the head. He's a headhunter. You notice that, Steve? All to the head, nothing on the inside.
And Arguello's eyes, the area around the eyes are beginning to swell and bruise, puff up.
What tremendous heart Arguello has, really. Any other fighter would have been out of this by this time.
He is living up to what he said. I'll tell you, putting the last drop of his blood into this fight.
That Pryor is certainly a tremendous fighter. I'll tell you, he's got more stamina, and he keeps coming back. Where he gets it from, I don't know.
Here goes Pryor again. Oh, what an uppercut to the chin of Arguello. Arguello's in trouble. He's down. He's down on his right knee, and he goes to the seat of his pants.
He's had it. Arguello, I'm sorry to say, doesn't look too good. His eye is hurting him. And he's staying down.
That's it. It's all over. It's all over. Aaron Pryor retains his WBA Junior Welterweight Championship for the 8th time. We're getting the time, 1:48 of the 10th round. Aaron Pryor, the fighter of the year, has done it again.
Arguello, Steve, made no effort to get up. He knew he was a beaten fighter. He just kind of motioned up that was it. He had enough. He looked at the referee counting him, and he acknowledged that was enough.
It is bedlam in the ring right now. Aaron Pryor, now 34-0 with 32 knockouts. We'll take a look at the replays of the finishing blows by Pryor.
Pryor is on constant attack like he's been all night. He gave Arguello a tremendous lot of head punishment, but Arguello was valiant. He goes down, but he continues to take this unusual punishment. And that left uppercut really hurt Arguello. You could see that his mouthpiece was really displaced. You can see the way his face is grimacing. You can see he wasn't really, we couldn't see, but it looked like a right uppercut did it. And Arguello was very, very sad, and this is the way his career probably will end.
Yes, indeed. We may have seen the end of a brilliant 15-year career that began in 1968. Alexis Arguello going down for the third time. The third time he didn't get up. He just sat there, could not move. He was like just comatose, couldn't move. And there he goes. Off that blistering attack by Aaron Pryor. Let's go up to the ring announcer, Chuck Hull, for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 1 minute, 48 seconds of the 5th round. The winner by a knockout and still the WBA World Champion in the Junior Welterweight Division, Aaron the Hawk Pryor.
So the beat goes on for the Hawk, Aaron Pryor. His 26th consecutive knockout. He does it in the 10th round over Arguello. Here's Dick.
He's a great finisher, and I knew that he'd be coming on in later rounds than he did, and it was just a great fight. I just thank God that I caught the condition that I did, and boy.
Did he hurt you at any time?
He caught me with a few good shots. He hurt me a couple times during the fight. It was just one of those fights that I prayed and I trained as hard as I possibly could, and I won.
Who's next? Johnny Bumpus, maybe?
Well, no, we don't want to fight Johnny Bumpus. We want to fight Boom Boom Mancini. we might let Johnny box off in a box off to prove himself. And we're trying to fight champions since we don't reach that status already. So what we're doing, we're just waiting. And I think Boom Boom is the best fight out here for me right now because I think he's doing a great job in his division. I want these challenges. And Alexis met my challenge today. I really got to thank God.
Is this the best fight you've ever had?
The best condition I ever had. I think that it was a good fight, and my trainer, Emmanuel Stewart, I want to tell you, I just got through.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
I couldn't have did it without him because he came in at a time when everybody was discrediting my great trainer, Panama Louis. And everybody know, man, Stewart's ability because of the two champions that he trained already, Tommy Hearns and Bill McCoy. But he came into my camp and gave me a lot of confidence. A champion, God bless you, man.
Well, here's the champion, Alexis Arguello, who tried for history tonight, tried to be the first fighter ever to win 4 titles. Alexis, you gave it a great try and one of the great fights of all time. Is it over for you?
Yes, sir. And I swear to my good friend Pryor, and God bless him, the best for him, and I wish him the best. He's a good fighter.
The great left hook is silent now?
The right hand, too. Thank you.
You are a great eight. Listen, you not only were a great champion, you are a great person. Alexis. Listen, you are not only a great person, a great champion, you are a great human being and a credit to your country, and we are all extremely proud of you.
Thank you. I did my best. I want to say I'll buy to the boxing business, and I'm going to love the people, which they respect me, they give me love, and I give back my love for them.
God bless.
46 turns at 145. He stands 6'1".